Hi Gemini, my name is Tiana and welcome to my channel Inspired by Ease. I hope you are having a great start to the month of April. This is going to be from mid-April to the end of April, so April 15th through April 30th. And just know that this is general. You can, swap around the characters, and this isn't necessarily time specific. So you might be watching this from 3 months, a year from now, and it can still apply. So let's just jump right in. Your energy signature for, whenever you're watching this is magic. So I've been kind of in your energy, been meditating on you, Gemini, and this is going to be a very profound next 2 weeks or so. So this is, I really feel like you are, whether you're male or female, you're very much in the winter of yourself. And I want to say subtle magic. You're picking up on this subtle magic, and I want to say more, sure, around you, but also inside of you. There is so much magic inside of you that I feel like is waiting to be birthed. So anyway, we'll get more into it, but there's all sorts of magic and blessings around you this month, which might seem kind of strange to say despite the current state of things, but I just want to read this card. Also, we have the 3 and the 1, which represents 4, so 3 and 1, 4. So this means that your physical life is going to increase with stability, security, safety. All of the things in your physical life are going to be increasing and improving. So this is really good news as well. Magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So I really feel like with this magic, whether you, if you're watching my channel, you probably believe and are connected to a higher power of some kind. So I really feel like that is like your biggest guidance for this reading, is to really connect to your higher power and create a form of intimacy with God, with the universe, with your angels and guides, because they are going to help you kind of birth this new relationship, business, just new era in your life, as we're all, kind of transitioning into, I think, a new way of living. So let's get into your animal totems. You actually got a lot, and I really feel like this is just all your energy. This is just all about you. So you are going to be working with something very, very deep and potentially things that have been hidden. Either things in your subconscious. It's going to be a mixture of some things. It's going to be, I don't feel like this is so much shadow work, although it could be for some of you. I actually feel like these are deep hidden gems and deep hidden magic inside of yourself. I'm of course saying hidden because of this raccoon. He's kind of hiding in the shadows. And so I just want to ask you, have you been kind of hiding in the shadows, kind of dimming or hiding your light in any way, Gemini? Also, the other part of this is potentially unveiling hidden truths in our world, because I definitely feel like these are very interesting times. So you might be uncovering certain truths that That's all I'm gonna say. In the grand scheme of things, like globally. And so you might be kind of molding all of this to develop, to create more magic in your life and the magic in others. So yeah, there is some kind of deep dive of you're just uncovering hidden gems and magic within yourself for the most part. And with the darkness, we also have Tiger. And this represents divine feminine energy as well. So this is just another reminder for you to be still, to meditate, to sit in quietness, to kind of unplug with kind of uncovering a lot. You might easily get overstimulated. I'm just going to say that, easily overstimulated with information. So you might be wanting to take some time to unplug and be still. This also has to do with lunar energy, with the moon on the tiger's forehead, and like I said, divine feminine energy. So I'm just going to say that we are in a time of heightened fear in a lot of cases. You know, I urge you to do your own research and always choose love, but globally, energetically, we are in a place where there is a lot of delusion. So you might be kind of dispelling delusion and lies as well. But anyway, there might be a lot of intense energies going on, whether it's because of what's happening in the world or just because of what's happening in your life. And so with these intense energies, instead of going into masculine energy of trying to fix it, trying to do something, Spirit is wanting you to unplug and to be still and to meditate. The other themes that are going on are rebirth and completion, a wrapping up of something. We have cosmic egg, which sits at the absolute top of this deck, and it represents just absolute harmony and completion. And the book kind of mentions no longer feeling that feeling of like feeling behind, or like you're not there yet and you're trying to get there, and maybe you feel like you might never get there. You're gonna get there whether you are there or not. You are going to get there. You are right on the cusp of having some, I really want to say, some huge major completion. And as I was kind of sitting in your energy, it's really difficult to describe because I can feel it, and it is such beautiful energy. I really feel like the Gemini, or the Geminis that I'm tapping into, you're very much in the winter of your body, the winter of your energy. So you're moving slower, but at the same time, you're accomplishing a lot more and faster and a lot more efficiently. And so your energy is very potent, very powerful during this time. Now we have the Phoenix. So this means, you know, a rebirth, and this also has to do with fire. So we have earth, water, fire, and ether, which is very interesting. We don't really have a lot of air for you, Gemini. So the other thing that I'm wanting to say to you, Gemini, I just saw 1010, is that, which marks completions, is that, what was it that I was going to say? That you're you're pulling things from the depth of you. You're pulling these treasures and gems and magic from the absolute depths of you, and you're also pulling it down from the ether. And you know, I recently did an energy forecast which talks about working with the crown chakra, which sits right above your head, and so which has to do with connecting to the spirit, connecting to God and the universe, and being able to receive downloads of information. So this is just a really intense time, but you're very you're just very in the flow, and it just feels like you you might be taking things slow, but the results that you are creating in your life are happening at such a speed. Let me put it to you this way. Your energy is very much in the flow. You're not in a rush. You are very much in the present moment, experiencing and appreciating the subtle magic within yourself and outside of yourself. And you know, I see you just somehow pulling these treasures from deep inside of you, whether you are writing, you're painting, whatever you're speaking. And these actions that come from a very meditative place of mind. I wish I could remember delta, theta, beta, or something. I wish I could remember which one was the highest, but the highest brainwave, you're operating in the highest brainwave, and you might be doing less, but you're accomplishing a lot more. And so your finances are starting to click into place, and things just feel a lot easier because you have aligned with your energy stream and your purpose, and things just feel really easy. It's I'm not really sensing a huge burst of energy and then or anything like that. It's like this constant you're at this constant really good energy level, and you're at this constant high level of functioning and being and thinking and feeling. I hope that makes sense. And so I also want to say that that you might be, you know, experiencing, sorry about that, you might be experiencing new spiritual gifts coming online. So you might be able to see or feel or intuit things that are hidden, that are in the subconscious, that other people aren't aware of. So I just want to say that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the fairies. You got the singer. You got 3 singers, so this also confirms that there is a lot of very powerful energy going on around you, Gemini. So you got the first singer is the singer of courage, and we also have 8 up at the top. So 8 is a manifestation number. Things are just manifesting with far more ease than you've ever, you know, could have possibly imagined. And you know, 8s are also about being in flow. And I was kind of surprised that the singer of courage came up, so I'm not sure if what you are revealing, this hidden something that you are revealing, you know, is requiring a bit of courage on your part, which is understandable, but the fairies just want to say that courage is on your side. The singers can also be synonymous with the angels. So the angel of courage. The angel of courage is at your back supporting you and kind of giving you that push to kind of speak your truth. There's something about revealing what's hidden and bringing it to light. And I just wanted to make sure that with the Phoenix, you know, this all has to do about birthing a new reality, birthing even a new you. So yeah, because whatever was before is done. It's wrapped up. It's totally sealed off, and now you're entering this totally clean new slate of a reality. But this new reality is requiring you to be totally transparent and to be totally authentic, which is another thing that I mentioned in my energy forecast, if you want to look at it. So courage is on your side, Gemini. Speak your truth. Be you. You know, be a truther, and because I feel like for some of you it's going to be what's hidden about you, and this is just you coming in, all of you being brought into the light of consciousness, as I like to say. And so all of you is going to be witnessed and supported. All of you is going to be loved and received, so forth. And then, you know, this might also have to do with hiding what's trying to be hidden, perhaps on a global scale. I'll just say that. Okay, so the next thing that we have is Sylvanus, which is very fascinating because this is my card for masks off. Be authentic. Be you. Something might be hidden. All of this kind of terminology. And so this is all about taking any kind of masks off and just being genuinely you. And this might seem, you might be feeling feelings of vulnerability during this time. You might not feel like you're quite yourself, but at the same time, you've never been more yourself, and you're just not used to being yourself. Or there's certain aspects of you that might seem a little shy or a little bit more childlike, or something that that you're not used to unveiling to those around you. And with the sword, you know, this all has to do with cutting out lies and deceptions, and you know, being in your seat of power. And you know, I feel like this all has most of the elements here. I feel, you know, with all this feather imagery, your life is about to take flight. You're about to take flight. This dream vision, something is about to take flight. Yet at the same time, you're becoming more rooted and grounded and secure and safe than you've ever been before, Gemini. So masks off. All right, and you have the Singer of Courage supporting you during this time of total transparency. The next card that you got is the Spirit Dancer, which is all about breaking through boundaries, milestones, things like that. You know, it looks like she's covered in this like cellophane kind of material, but she's punching through that. So there might not even be any kind of anything solid. Maybe you're even just punching through this 3D reality and going into the 4th and 5th dimension. You're reaching for information out of the ethers. Also, you know, this totally represents total freedom, marching to the beat of your own drum, being who you are, being your unique original self. And again, we have more feathers here, so it's like, yeah, you're about to take flight in some way. So this is really exciting, and there's just some kind of amazing liberation that you will be receiving. It's just going to, I mean, and she's also naked, you know, and but it's in an empowering kind of naked, you know. It's just like, finally you being accepted and loved for the real you, Gemini. This is beautiful. Okay, we have a He of the Fiery Sword. So again, there's some kind of punching through here, and there's also hitting the bullseye in some way and torpedoing really, really fast. So I do want to say that a little bit, like, let's see here. If you just spent 1 hour a day working towards your goal, rather than working 8 hours one day, then, you know, resting the next day, then another 5 hours the next day, resting or having fun or whatever, you know, if you just and, you know, expel all your energy and everything, that is not as productive as just doing 1 hour every single day. And so I feel like that's the energy that you're kind of coming into, where it's this where you're just taking these just little baby steps every single day and noticing profound results in your life and even in your finances. So I think maybe in the past you would go full on a project in the really beginning and you would kind of maybe burn yourself out. But you're noticing that by taking these steps little by little every day, you're actually gaining faster and faster and faster and faster momentum, and your energy isn't dipping down, and it might very well be spiking up, but it's definitely not dipping down, and you're experiencing just this constant high level of living. I hope that makes sense. And again, we have another 4, which means that, you know, you're gaining more and more stability, safety, security, everything like that. And with this card, I also get, like, it's a dawn of a new day as well. It's the dawn of a new reality, a new way of being. And the last message that I'm getting is that the more that you're taking these baby steps each day, the lighter and lighter you're feeling. I kind of just got a an example. So hopefully this will kind of make sense. So let's say you do this whole like big clean sweep in your house or in your closet and got rid of like a whole bunch of stuff like really, really fast. And now your house is like way more empty than you're used to. So then you go out and buy all of this stuff. Rather, if you just slowly got rid of things little by little, you would actually feel more lighter and easier than if you got rid of a whole bunch of stuff and then you end up just shopping. Another example is with addiction or with diet, and so you want to lose weight, so you just like totally cut out like all sugar, carbs, things like that. And so then that kind of creates like a yo-yo usually with people, whereas if you just ate in moderation and allowed yourself have like a little dessert like twice a week or something, you would actually lose more weight faster that way, rather than taking these extreme changes. So I hope that makes sense. We next have the Singer of Healing and the Piper. So there is a lot of healing that's going on, especially with you unveiling your true self, being loved for who you really are. And so I don't know if it's you that, okay, so there's three things. The universe is whispering to you and maybe singing a bit of a soul song to you. I think your heart is yearning a little bit for this certain soul song. You're kind of yearning for something very subtle, a subtle feeling of connection, of whatever that is, of something genuine. Or you have an actual person, and or you actually have an actual person in your life that is singing your soul song, that knows just how to talk to you, that whispers to you, that's very gentle, very loving. So it might be a combination of all three, or you'll know how it applies to you. But there is a lot of healing that is taking place for you currently, Gemini, which totally makes sense. And we also have the Singer of Connection. So I feel that, which is going to be for a lot of us during this social distancing, that, you've been yearning for connection, not just connection, but really heart-to-heart connection, genuine connection, and, gaining that support. So I think that for some of you, you have been kind of building perhaps your support system, or just getting things in place that are going to help you be consistent, be happy, and not have all of these like extreme bursts of energy, or these extreme bursts of changes, or what have you in your life. And so you're at the very least creating systems in your life where it's very easy to just take it step by step. And this is creating more connection with you and God, with other people in your life, you being loved for who you really, really are. And the last two fairy cards that we have are a collection of pixies and Mike the Myromancer. So basically there's going to be a huge call for celebration at the end of April, and to also live lightly, to just live in joy, to live as if you have everything that you want, and to just kind of live lightly, be light. And with Mike the Myromancer, this is patience. So, which would totally go hand in hand if you are used to living in such a way where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna like push all of this, cram all of this stuff into my daily to-do list. I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm gonna complete these goals in 30 days. If you were kind of like that, but then you would just get like burned out, or something unexpected would come up in your life. Spirit is wanting to remind you to be patient with this new way of living, of just living step by step by step, just doing a little bit each day rather than doing a whole bunch one day and then not so much the next, and then doing twice as much in the middle of the week and then resting, this is all about creating routines, solid systems and structures in place, and paying attention to the details, maybe kind of fine-tuning the details of your life, figuring out what works and what doesn't, and where you can tweak certain things to be even more productive or efficient, or to just really honor your energy, protect your energy in a way. So there's a real need for you, Gemini, to remain patient and loyal to these habits. Have fun, be light, and but also take joy in just the peace of it. I think that maybe some of the Geminis are used to really high energy and then lulls, and high energy and lulls. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for some of the Geminis, at least that I'm connecting with, that hasn't really been working. And so you're taking on this new strategy of just a little bit, and maintaining your energy rather than these peaks and highs. So I hope that makes sense. So patience. Okay, so your last bit of advice here is again the universe saying to have courage, to take a leap of faith, to face your fears, and to keep with this despite, old habits die hard kind of thing. And sticking with it, sticking through, maybe, I don't know, this might have to do with addiction for some of you, but even if this doesn't have to do with an addiction, I am just wanting to give the analogy of when someone is weaning off of something. In the last hours, minutes, seconds of that substance being totally out of your body, that's when you have the craving. That's when it's the strongest. And it's just coming to the edge of that and just sticking to it is when you can create really amazing results in your life. So taking that leap of faith and making that jump or switch. Again, we have a never-ending story, so there is a huge completion, a huge wrap-up that's being tied off here. You might have felt in the past that this was a never-ending story, and that maybe you'd never get the results you wanted, or you'd never get there, and just feel very, very exhausted. And we do have the 7 and the 3 up at the top, so, new beginning, fresh new slate. The universe is wanting you to meditate, to breathe, to be still, to take that quiet moments. So it's going to be important for you to breathe through this time, and maybe when you want to reach for that thing, reach for the sweets, or whatever it is, when you want to just work, whatever it is, just breathe, just take a minute. And in case you didn't know, if this does have to do with a craving of some sort, a craving only lasts 10 minutes. So if you can just distract yourself, do something else for just 10 minutes, the craving will go away. So yeah, you are in the middle of cleaning something up, refining something, being more organized, being clear, about something, taking distraction out, taking some forms of distraction out, something that might be that might have been wasting your time, and just aligning all of your energies towards what you really truly want. And I think that there is a need for, with truth be told, there's a need for you to be really honest about yourself, honest with yourself about something, and set yourself free. Set yourself free from whatever maybe lies you have been telling yourself, that you need this, or that it's good for you, or that it's not a big deal, or you know, whatever it is. I think that there's some kind of truth that you need to face that will allow you to just let it go and allow your life to be more organized and pure and cleaner, and which will actually aid you in having consistent energy, and that will aid you in more consistency and just having, you know, a solid increase of results rather than results and results. And lastly, we have tribe. So I definitely feel that connection in some way is aiding you. You know, you definitely need some kind of support to help you get the results that you are looking for right now. Any kind of support system is going to help you greatly during this time of allowing yourself to be loved for who you really are, allowing yourself to be happy, and to really let this like deep magic and treasures and gems to be unveiled to others, to the world, in your business, you know, whatever it is that's trying to be birthed right now. You can't do it alone. You need people, and people are certainly on their way to you, and support is on its way. So Gemini, I really hope that this was of benefit for you, and that there was at least something in here that you could take away. And if it was of value, please like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot, and I always enjoy reading your comments, so please don't hesitate to leave me a sweet, kind comment down below. And until next time, know that you are never ever alone. You are so, so, so loved. And always be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Take care, Gemini. Big kiss.